Tonight on the podcast, we're talking about the final Ghostbusters Afterlife trailer, the poster for Spiderman No Way Home, Black Panther news, Spider-Woman possibly joining the MCU, season 2 of Squid Games, all this, and maybe we'll finally find out if Lance Pepperoni ever found the Pizza Hut with the brick oven pizza. It is Friday night in Phoenix, and you're listening to the Absolute Geek Podcast and watching it on your computer screens if you're joining us on YouTube. I am Matt.
I'm Lance.
And as you can see tonight, we have no Max because he's still MIA. He has not made it back from the New Kids on the Block concert yet. I made it home, but he jumped on the tour bus and he's gone. And some say he might be there like captive sex slave. I don't know. I'm just not here to judge. I'm just telling you what the streets are saying.
I do know that he has quite a thing for Donnie Wahlberg.
So I heard he's getting fed Wahlburgers and making slushies, man slushies, whatever that accumulates to. But so glad everyone could join us tonight. And if you're listening to Accident Playback, welcome. Hope you guys are having a great had a great week and or a great start of the week, depending on when you're listening to this. How's things going over on your neck of the woods there, Lance?
It's good, man. Bought a new TV. It's fucking awesome. Got one that's like fully to take advantage of everything that my PS5 does, and it looks friggin' amazing.
Nice.
120 hertz, 4K refresh rate, and HDMI 2.1. Dude, it's fucking legit, man. I love it so much.
What size is it?
65.
Ooh.
Yeah. I was going to go 75, and then I looked at the space that I had and how far back my couch is, and I'm like, dude, I'm going to blind myself.
Look at this guy.
Yeah.
Going for the big boy TVs.
It's nice, dude. So that's what I've been doing, is replacing wall mounts and buying new cables and setting my room up and everything. It's fucking awesome. So we're definitely gonna have to watch the Super Bowl at my house.
There you go.
But I don't know, man. How's so your Erin's having her baby shower tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I've been full on baby mode all week, putting together shit, putting up shelves, repairing walls. Yeah, it's been a busy week.
Repairing walls.
Yeah, so in our bedroom we have this like weird little alcove, right? So it's like our two closets are separated. There's like this little alcove in the middle of it for like, I don't know if you'd put like a dresser there or whatever, but that's where we put the baby's changing table, her dressing and changing table for when she's in our room for the first couple months.
Yeah.
And Erin wanted shelves up there. So I was like, all right. So I started putting up shelves. Well, the studs in my house, when I was hanging my TVs and wall mounting, normally studs are 16 inches apart. In my house, they're like 24 inches apart or something like that. Like they're way far apart. And so I'm sitting here trying to put up these shelves. And I'm like, all right, I got my stud finder. I'm like, well, that's a stud. So I go drilling into the stud to at least put one side of the shelving in the stud. And all of a sudden it like stops. So I don't know if there's like something on the stud or what, but my drill bit's not going anywhere. I broke 2 drill bits on this motherfucker trying to put
is it on the other side of like your bathroom or something?
No. Mm-mm. But I broke 2 drill bits trying to go into this stud. And I'm like, all right, either it's got like a steel or a metal reinforcement on it, or like a metal like facing or something. I don't know. But so I had to move them over to where there was no stud and use drywall hangs and stuff. And it just, I was like, God damn it. So I ended up filling those holes and going into Lowe's and buying the paint to fix the paint on them. And so that was fun, but I got it all done. and now all her people are coming into town, and I wasn't supposed to be here tonight because they were supposed to go meet them for dinner and stuff before the baby shower, since I'm not going to the baby shower. And then they all canceled because they had hotel issues or couldn't come until tomorrow or whatever. So I got to be here with your ugly mug, and
which is good because obviously I'm a bad preparer, so it would have just been my ugly mug on the screen. So
yeah, well,
talking about
got to be here
by myself
with your shining face and talk about some Disney Plus stuff. So other than that, that's pretty much what I've been dealing with so far this week. So
kind of a slow week, huh? Like when I was putting together like our notes and everything of what to talk about tonight, I was like, man, I'm really like, there's no movies coming out. There's like the only thing that was kind of a bright light to look towards was Disneyplusday, and in my opinion was not a whole lot of
I wouldn't say no movies are coming out. Like I watched that Red Notice movie, The Rock's new movie on Netflix today, and it was pretty good.
Yeah. We started watching have you seen Schmigadoon on Apple TV?
No.
The one with not Jordan Peele. What's the
Keegan-Michael Key?
Yeah. And Cecily Strong from SNL. And they get trapped in a world where it's like a musical, and they're the only ones that realize that it's a musical, and it's fucking hilarious, dude.
That sounds terrible.
Dude, it's so funny. It's so funny.
That
He's
sounds
like, I feel like we're in an episode of Walking Dead and Glee.
I mean, it only sounds terrible to me because I'm not a musical fan. So like anything with a musical sounds like torture to me.
Yeah, it's making fun of musicals for sure. Like they sing a song about Dove Cameron is in it, so who's one of the hottest women on the planet in my opinion, but she's in it and she sings a song about waiting until she's married, but it's full of like sexual innuendos. So it's like she's telling this guy that she's waiting, but she's not really waiting. It's pretty awesome. Pretty funny.
Nothing like lying to the man.
What's that?
Said nothing like lying to a man.
But yeah, I mean, other than that, I mean, I'm just excited for Ghostbusters next week, dude. Nothing can trump. Do you get your tickets yet?
I did. I'm going 9:00 Wednesday.
Wednesday?
Mm-hmm.
How'd you get a Wednesday?
There's an early Wednesday showing.
And you didn't invite me.
Nope. You live in butt fucking Egypt. That's what happens when you want to live all the way.
To be fair, I think you live in buttfuck Egypt.
I live right next to the Cardinal Stadium. I live where it's happening. You live out in the fucking boonies.
Yeah, a few years ago, that was not where it was happening.
It is now.
Before that stadium and Westgate came up there. No, we've got our tickets for. We're going to see it at Dolby Cinema on Thursday at 7 something. But I bought my tickets like 3 weeks ago, dude. And when I bought mine, Dolby Cinema was like 50% full already. And this was 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Well, I don't go to Dolby or Cine1 or anything like that. I'm not going to spend the extra money to see the same movie you're seeing on a normal screen. Like it's just why you're not getting anything. Well, yeah, because you've got the Stubbs Club or whatever. But
yeah, so if I have a choice,
I'm surprised they haven't gotten rid of that since everything fell apart for them. But
I think it makes sense for them because their concessions are more than Harkins. If you're not part of Harkins loyalty program, like their concessions cost more, but it's kind of repeat business, you know what I mean? And they make the majority of their money off of concessions.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the movie ticket to get you into the theater is like they can cut costs on that. They just need to get you to buy shit, you know?
That's why you get their brick oven pizza.
Fuck you.
No, I'm saying that because that's what it's advertised at. It's hard. It's advertised as a brick oven pizza, but it's only like this big. It's super small.
It's like flatbread or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Isn't it like super thin? Like
Yeah.
Construction paper pizza.
But it's like $7. It's more expensive than a hot and ready at Little Caesars to get a fire bread pizza at the movie theater. So
My favorite thing about them, dude, is you buy a drink and you get to refill that drink all night
yeah.
for free. Like and they have those machines where you can make all the cool flavors and stuff. There's like 200 different combinations or something like that.
Yeah, but who's leaving the movie in the middle of it to go refill their drink?
Normally when I go with my wife, because she has to go to the bathroom about 10 times in the middle of a movie, she'll go fill up my drink.
Leftover Z says it's real Italian.
Yeah. It's flatbread. That makes it sound fancy.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. I do the loyalty cup from Harkins where you pay $2 for your refill every time you go in, and I don't ever refill my drink. And now, like, Erin carries this hydro flask of water everywhere she goes, so she doesn't drink usually anything but water. So now I'm always like, all right, you're gonna take a cup too. I'm gonna get 2 drinks, so that I don't have to worry about it. I got one for the first hour, one for the second hour. So
we do the same thing. Like at the beginning of the year, well, we don't go to Harkins as much, but we used to buy my wife, myself, and all the kids Harkins drinks because we would have like family movie night where we'd all go to the movie. So I'd have 7 cups at my house, and it's usually like a fundraiser, like some kid at school is selling them or something like that.
mm-hmm.
So we buy 7 of them, and they're usually a little bit cheaper than when you get them at Harkins. But yeah, dude, I'll take 2 or 3 cups with me just so I don't have to get up if I'm going by myself.
So my mom buys those a couple cups. Stuffers. Every year, my mom gets everyone a Harkins cup, and she pays for a movie. So, like, we all get all that stuff in our stocking.
Yeah. So my grandmother is from Italy, and she would make like her pizza was like more of like a focaccia bread. Like it wasn't like with tomato sauce and stuff. It was weird, but that's what she called pizza.
Interesting. All I know is that ever since you're in Kyle's conversation last week that I had to interrupt about brick oven pizza, you have become a small-time internet celebrity with that. Because everywhere, every other show, I went and did a show called Renovision with Marco, who I used to be on MCM with on Wednesday night, and like their chat starts blowing up about brick oven pizza. Oh, can you get it at can you get that at a brick oven? Brick oven this. So that's all I've heard about all week is brick oven pizza from yours and Kyle's never-ending conversation last week regarding it.
Digging at me, dude. Like he knows how to fucking just get me like under my skin. He would not drop the fucking brick oven thing, dude. So then I'm like trying to prove it.
Yeah.
You know, I love Kyle, but I'm like, I don't understand why it's a hard concept. There's restaurants that have brick oven pizzas. I was not expecting it to go to the level that it went to.
Yeah, well,
but
whatever. I don't know. All I know is that it's become a thing now. So it's now that's much funny. Like many other things. It now exists in the Absolute Geek mythos. So brick oven.
So Marco left MCM.
Yeah. Well, he left.
Didn't know that.
Flipside. Yeah. So.
Oh yeah.
He's doing his own thing somewhere else now. They asked me to go on there to talk Spider-Man, so I was like, "Heck yeah, I will." It was a good time.
Comics.
We did a ranking of the best Spider-Man crossovers, so that was a lot of fun. It was a good time.
What was your top?
Well, I mean, the top one of everyone should be Kraven's Last Hunt. So,
yeah,
heck yeah, man. Good stuff.
I remember when I was a kid, and I don't remember what storyline it was, but there was there was one with where he joins the Fantastic Four. I loved that one.
And where it becomes Baghead?
Yeah. But when I was a kid, I was young. I don't remember when it came out, but
I was gonna say he's joined the Fantastic Four a couple times. Like his first issue, he's basically trying to fight him. So
yeah. The Bombastic Bagman, wasn't that his name?
Something like that. It was ridiculous. Yeah. Something like that. But all right, enough about talk about bombastic bagmen and brick oven pizzas. Um,
Solo is
yeah, gotta love a
shots
guy who
fired.
talks shit about you then has to come on a show to explain Spidey. Yeah, well, be the bigger man, Solo, right? But all right, let's go ahead and start to get into a little bit of the geek news
Are you running the slides
this
or am
week.
I?
Yeah, I got it.
Cool.
Go ahead and get
Geek
into geek
news.
news tonight.
Fuck
Yeah,
yeah. Excellent.
we we need music for that for this segment. Like,
Just
just
get Max, Kyle, and Travis to put something together.
yeah, right.
Less Cosby references, though, I think, for the geek news one.
Oh, you don't want the
No, I think it's funny in the last one, just not we don't need to ride the Cosby wave.
you want to drink the Cosby wine?
What was it? It was what was he slipping in people's drinks? It was
Roofies,
was it roofies?
Roofalin. Yeah, basically.
What is
Roofalin.
that? What is that drug that's something Lloyd? Keloids or not keloids?
Quaaludes.
Quaaludes. I thought it had something to do with Quaaludes.
They're flories because you never go in on the roof because you can't. It fuck you up so bad you can't get off the floor. They're called flories. All right, let's get into a little bit of geek news. Enough about your date rape, drug affiliations and shit. All right, so we got a little bit of Patty Jenkins, Star Wars Rogue Squadron delayed indefinitely. That's Patty Jenkins. I like that. Good job. Good job on the slide.
Well, I put a picture there. I was like, no one's gonna know who the fuck that is.
I'm glad you emphasized that's Patty Jenkins. For anyone who's listening back to this on Monday, he literally has a picture of Patty Jenkins with a arrow to it that says that's Patty Jenkins. So you can go back and check that out.
But dude, I didn't know that this was like, I thought this was just, wasn't this just an N64 game?
I don't remember it being an N64 game. It probably was. My memory's probably shot on it. But I know they didn't announce it, like the slate of Star Wars stuff, which that when we get into the Disneyplusday stuff, that kind of annoys me. I wonder if we're gonna get more of it at D23 in a couple of weeks, but like we really got nothing Star Wars related, like other than Kenobi. So
yeah, which was kind of
really?
just a like it was like a behind the scenes thing. It didn't really give you any new information whatsoever besides, hey, Hayden Christensen and Ewan McGregor are going to be in this movie. See you later. See you in 2022.
Right, and that you're gonna get a Darth Vader Obi-Wan rematch, but they don't explain anything like how it's gonna happen or anything like that. That doesn't surprise me though, because it seems like a lot of Star Wars properties are getting shelved or delayed, or I just don't know how much of that has to do with shooting schedule and how much of that, who knows. It's not, to me, it's like whatever, because I'm not a Star Wars nut like a lot of people are, but
was this going to have anything to do with Rogue One?
I don't know.
Like, was it going to have? I mean, the only connection I'm making is they both have the word Rogue in the title.
So what he says: N64 GameCube and PCX, 2-3 runs of comics and tie-ins in Alpha Squadron. There you go. Like I said, it's not, to me, it's not a big deal. Some people are gonna think it is. You're little Star Wars nuts. I wish we had the resident Star Wars fan Max in here to make it sound like it's a bigger deal than it probably is, but
right. I'm more excited to talk about the Marvel news.
I just wonder if like it has to do with her, because she's directing Wonder Woman. I think she's doing Wonder Woman 3 also. So I just kind of wonder if it has to do with like her filming schedule on Wonder Woman. Maybe a change in direction at what Lucas is gonna do. as far as Star Wars goes, as far as their plans go. I wonder if maybe their whole slate of stuff got jacked up because we're not hearing about, like you said, we're not hearing about Endor. We're not hearing anything about Ahsoka. We're not hearing anything about anything going on in other than what the Kenobi stuff. Hey, what's going on, Stick Boy? So there's really not a whole lot coming out of the Star Wars universe in a day that's for Disney Plus. They're supposed to attract people to Disney Plus to get your attention, get you to subscribe to it if you're already not.
I mean, they're running a thing right now because of Disney Plus, giving it to you for like $1.99 or something. A month of it for $1.99.
Leftover Ziggy says, yeah, the original Wonder Woman plays more of a part in Wonder Woman 3, so DC probably paying more money. LOL. Maybe. But
I don't know about that. DC paying more money.
Well, then what?
Disney?
Then what? Disney's willing to invest in Star Wars right now? And Star Wars spinoffs?
You think?
I don't know. Maybe. Like for a show nobody's clamoring for. Like I don't hear any big Star Wars fan going, "Oh well, we need a Rogue Squadron movie. When are we gonna get that?" I don't know. Stick Boy says Rogue Squadron could be in between the Empire and Return. Then Bothan dies and gets the Death Star 2 plans. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know how they're going to do it or what the plot line was for it, but it obviously is not on the forefront of stuff they want to push out with the Book of Boba Fett, with Mandalorian season 3, with Ahsoka, with just kind of everything that they're trying to drive. I think they're starting to push back some of their Star Wars Endor, Kenobi, like with all that stuff that's coming. I wonder just how much their slate has been messed up, and because everything keeps getting pushed back due to COVID, how far back this got pushed back before it started messing with her other obligations to where she had to say, I want to do this. Plus, we've got the unannounced Taika Waititi Star Wars stuff that people are saying might be High Republic. There's all kinds of stuff that's still on the slate that you haven't even heard anything about. So I think they're just taking their lesser known properties and stuff that was going to be more of a Guardians of the Galaxy-esque type property. And I say that as like ambitious as in taking something not a lot of people fit into or know about and taking that chance on it. And they're just kind of pushing that back. And like I said, who knows if it started running into other issues like scheduling or anything like that. So, yeah, see, it's right there. It says it right. I just found it right here. It says, sources say that production and the filmmaking team came to a realization that Jenkins' schedule and other commitments wouldn't allow for her window needed to make the movie in 2022. The squadron has been taken off the production schedule. The hope is that once Jenkins fulfills her previous commitments, she will be able to return to the project. So there you go. So it's like we were saying, it's because of production. It pushed into other obligations.
So Max is saying most Star Wars fans don't want this show.
Well, that's a pretty bold statement to speak for all. I don't know if I can trust Max with hair. I don't know if Max, that might not be the real Max. That might be the doppelganger.
His picture, he really needs to change his picture. Like, it looks to me like he's trying to sell me a vacuum.
I don't know if I can trust a Max with hair. That looks like it's like his employee ID badge picture.
Yeah.
Like he showed up for his first day of work and he's super excited. That's before work has beat him down and turned him into a soulless demon.
That's before he was a parent. Now he's a parent, so all his hair's gone. And
Leftover Zaggy says Linda Carter's getting older. He says if the scene where Wedge ejects and his co-pilot hits the canopy would be awesome. Yeah, go full Top Gun with it. There you go. Go full on Top Gun. So there you go. Like we were saying, it looks like it's due to other obligations.
Scheduling.
Yeah, and it says it's unclear what her commitments were specifically, but she is in development on Wonder Woman 3 for Warner Brothers. Cleopatra features for Paramount. Sources say Wonder Woman 3 was initially to have followed Squadron, but the shift could now be let from the table. Okay, so there we go. That's enough on that.
Yeah. Next.
His co-pilot should be named Gus instead of Goose. Comics Stick Boy says Max sells rotary phones door to door. There you go. Looking good, Max. We got our final Ghostbusters Afterlife trailer that teases Bill Murray's involvement in the film. So far we've got Dan Aykroyd tease. We've got Bill Murray. Where's Winston? Where's Winston Zeddemore?
Dude, they need to give Winston more love, dude. I feel like there's 4 Ghostbusters, and I feel like Winston gets shit on all the time.
You know, we got to get that. Hey, he got a little part as the uncle in the all female version, but we need Ernie Hudson needs a little bit more love, man.
He is as much of a member of the Ghostbusters as the other 3.
Yes, he
for
is.
Sure.
But isn't it funny how, like, out of all of them, everyone wanted Bill, was waiting on bated breath to hear if Bill Murray was going to be part of this.
Well, dude, I mean, everybody loves Dan Aykroyd and Harold Ramis and Ernie Hudson, and obviously Harold Ramis is not in the movie, but it's Bill Murray, dude. Like, Bill Murray could be. I mean, think of Zombieland, dude. What's the best part of Zombieland?
The Bill Murray stuff.
You know,
even in Zombieland Double Tap, where Rosario Dawson's character is like, "I almost murrayed you," and they're like, "What?" Yeah, I almost murrayed you. That's when you almost kill somebody who you think's a zombie, but they're not. Almost murrayed you.
Yeah, dude. Oh, so this movie, I'm so geeked for this movie. I may be more geeked for this movie than I am for Spider-Man No Way Home. Only because Spider-Man No Way Home has been spoiled endlessly.
Yeah,
you know
what
I mean?
Did you see the new group of spoils that came out this week about it? Like all the scene specifically with him, Andrew, and Toby in them, and the scene that shows Charlie Cox, and they're breaking it down with like the same lamps, and he's wearing the same shoes, and he's doing that, like connecting everything together. So it says, I still say they need to have Ghostbusters Harold Ramis because he's a ghost. Be badass. They might have him as a ghost in there. All I'm saying is we haven't seen it yet. Like, even from the toy line, we know that Finn Wolfhard puts on the suit. All I'm saying is if we don't get Paul Rudd in a Ghostbusters jumper with a proton pack, it's a missed opportunity.
Dude, Paul Rudd has been connected to Ghostbusters for the past decade. Like, every fan cast that I've seen, like ever since he came into prominence, every fan cast has said, we want Paul Rudd to be in the next iteration of Ghostbusters. And it's just amazing that it's now happening. At one point, I want to say Paul Rudd, Jonah Hill, and Seth Rogen were attached to Ghostbusters.
No, thank you.
Before the reboot.
I would not have been about this reboot if that was going to be the cast.
It was, I want to say that I heard about that like before Green Hornet came out. That was kind of what people were wanting. So that was quite a while ago. But
that would be years
I don't know,
ago.
Dude.
Years ago.
Yeah, when did Green Hornet come out? It's been over a decade.
Oh my God, dude. That movie. Let me see, because that movie's so I feel like it is. Hold on. Let's find out.
So that's when
that was 11.
Oh, so it's a decade.
Yeah.
That's when I would say Seth Rogen was like riding high. Don't you think? Like Jonah Hill, Seth Rogen, Michael Cera, all those names were like household names. And then he came out with Green Hornet, and that
because that was about the time of that was about the time of I can't remember the name of that movie. Super Bad, That was the time they were all pretty much like super popular.
Superbad was 2007.
Yeah, but
so
like in
like
that,
2007 to 12, like I would say was like that Rogan Apatow group, you know.
yeah. So little he hit it on the head. He said after Seth did the Green Hornet, everyone said hell no to Seth on Ghostbusters.
Who played Kato in Green Hornet?
Jay Chu or Chow is his name. But yeah, I'm super excited for it. The final trailer was super good. I'm interested to see. They had some big name actress attached to Gozer in this movie too. I can't remember who it was.
Different
Yes,
than
I agree, Zaggy. The Marshmallow Men do need their own cartoon spinoff series. I'm under the thought that I need more Ghostbusters. We don't have enough Ghostbusters content. Like we got tons of Marvel content, tons of all this other stuff, Star Wars content. Ghostbusters is like that one franchise. We had Our Real Ghostbusters, the cartoon, and we had some other stuff like that.
No. Not All Real Ghostbusters.
What?
You mixed
Or no, the Real
two
Ghostbusters.
shows.
Yeah. All Real Monsters and Ghostbusters. Yeah. Okay. So the
I was like, what the fuck are you talking
the real
about?
Ghostbusters.
I have all those on DVD, all those animated
And
shows in Steelbook.
and then they had like the Ghostbusters Next Generation cartoon, but and they have the comics, but there's not really any other properties. Like I wish we could get a weekly Ghostbusters TV show on like Amazon or Netflix or HBO Max, or if we could get just like a new cartoon series or something. Ghostbusters. I need more Ghostbusters content.
I guarantee, because the Real Ghostbusters and which one's the one, the show where one of them was in a wheelchair? I don't remember which one that was. But if this movie does well, which I know it's going to do well, don't be surprised if we're going to see the kind of the revitalization of a franchise, in my opinion.
Good, and it needs it. It's a franchise that it's actually a franchise I'm clamoring for. Like I was sitting there the other day and I was like, I need more Ghostbusters content in my life right now.
Did you play the game that
on the Xbox 360?
Yeah, so they came out with the remaster edition. I bought it for the PS4 and I've been playing it again. I love that fucking game, dude. Like Dan Aykroyd came out and said that game, the storyline of that game, was his pitch for a third movie back when Harold Ramis was alive. It was kind of like Ghostbusters Go to Hell type thing, you know?
All of the first initial reactions have been great. A lot of the review sites like IGN who've seen it said that this is exactly what, this does so much greatness for the 80s versions of this movie. So I'm super excited for it. I can't wait. I've been looking forward to it. It sucks every time it gets pushed back. But
yeah, dude, this was supposed to come out last year, right? Last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude, this movie is top of my list right now, man. Top of my list for sure. And the whole premise of this movie is to springboard future movies.
Olivia Wilde is who's playing Gozer in this movie.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
She kind of looks like the old one.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah. I have the toy somewhere back there.
I always thought the original one kind of looked a little David Bowie-ish.
Yeah. Agreed. But what's next?
Super excited for it.
Yeah, me too.
Next on the list, we got another little bit more Spider-Man No Way Home. We get the new poster for Spider-Man No Way Home that had everybody geeking out because it finally confirms you got your Doc Ock tentacles, you got your Electro Lightning in the background, Sandman, and also Green Goblin on his glider back there. This was the talk of the town for the first couple of days of this week. What are your thoughts on the poster, Matt or Lance?
So Max was saying, so I saw like probably a version of this that didn't have Green Goblin, like it was just a dust cloud behind him. So when everybody was talking about this poster, I was like, I saw that, like there was like someone captured it on a bus, right? But it didn't have all these little goodies. Max was saying something about red eyes. Those are not red eyes down there, right? That's like
No.
fire embers, right?
Those are, yeah, and they're like, I think they're like ox tentacles and stuff like that. Yeah, they're not red eyes.
Okay. I thought that that's what he was talking about, but I was a little confused. But yeah, dude, my only thing, and I know I told you this, Matt, on our text, was there was a tease that Green Goblin was going to get kind of a more traditional looking suit, complete with the leather satchel, you know, on his hip, and that looks directly from Spider-Man 1. Like there's no change.
Well, we might still get that because Spider-Man's notorious for changing things.
Yeah.
Sony's notorious for changing things in its trailers and posters. Because if you remember the first trailer for Spider-Man Far From Home, like when he's standing on stage with Aunt May, he's in his normal homecoming costume. But when you get the movie, he's in the Iron Spider costume.
Yeah.
So they make changes. So I wouldn't be surprised if maybe the costume is different. If there's two different versions of Norman Osborn.
Yeah.
If there's who knows? Who knows? But
all I have to say is Willem Dafoe was an amazing Green Goblin, but his suit is the only reason. Well, no, there's other reasons, but Doc Ock has been the best Spider-Man villain on screen. Alfred Molina.
I mean, I'll agree with you there. Mysterio is pretty good too, though.
Mysterio looks really comic
and Vulture
accurate
was pretty
too.
good too.
Vulture does not look so comic accurate.
At that point, like you're not an old man dying and with a shit ton of money like Toombs was in Spider-Man, so it makes sense to make it more updated with the flight helmet so he could breathe at higher altitudes. And
yeah, it all makes sense. But I mean, just watching something jump from page to screen, Doc Ock fills that, like every box, dude. Like it is Doc Ock. You know what I mean? Like Alfred Molina, in my opinion, I don't think there can ever be someone as good as Alfred Molina was in that role. And Willem Dafoe was good.
Rhino was not badass for the 40 seconds
ever.
He was in that looked terrible at the end of the Garfield one. Leftover Ziggy says, surprise, surprise, they're all training in the danger room. Boom, X-Men, LOL.
Dude, if I wanted to watch, you know, Megazords and stuff, I'd go watch Power Rangers, not Rhino and Spider-Man. Wasn't that what it was? It was Paul Giamatti in a big robotic suit?
Yes. A big robotic suit, yes.
But I get it, like, because Rhino, he's trapped in that suit, right?
Yeah.
Like, isn't that the whole thing with him?
No, he's not trapped in it. But that's the thing is he's the Rhino. He runs through walls and shit. So he's like kind of like the Juggernaut. The one who's trapped in the suit is the Scorpion.
Scorpion's trapped in his suit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. So. Yeah, dude, he looked like that suit made him look like the same thing they had in Avatar, you know, with the arms and stuff like that. Like, it was just bad. That was just bad all the way around. I'd get some big motherfucker, dude, and have him run out. Some dude that looks like a rhino. You know what I mean? Everything, dude, Solo. Everything in the movie is CGI. Why is that your line? Like, why is that your line? Like, literally, the premise of the last movie is Mysterio's suit is all CGI. Like, that they work that into the plot line. I don't know. I think Rhino, I don't know. I did not like Paul Giamatti as Rhino.
But we know the Lizard's going to be in it too. Yeah, that's Amazing Spider-Man 2. We know the Lizard's going to be in it. So there's supposedly a total of 5 villains in it, not 6. So don't
That
hope
was
for the
my
Sinister
beef
6.
with the Lizard too. Like I liked who was the actor that played? It wasn't Dennis Leary, right? Dennis Leary was Gwen Stacy's father, right?
Right. Yes.
Who played Connors?
The dude from the Replacements.
Oh yeah.
Can't think of the actor's name. Hold on, let me pull it up.
He has an interesting first name.
Yes, he does.
My one beef with him, that movie, those 2 movies, Andrew Garfield's movies, and I loved Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man. But the biggest thing against those movies were all the villains looked like shit, in my opinion. Like the Lizard looked the best, but he didn't have the snout. He looked like one of the King Koopa things from the Super Mario's movie.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Rice Efans.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna even pronounce it because I would just butchered the shit out of it.
Like
T's and P's. Sorry.
Dane DeHaan as Harry when he has like the venom.
Yeah.
It wasn't venom, but you know what I'm talking about. Like he looked bad. Jamie Foxx looked bad.
Nothing looks as worse as New Goblin from Raimi's Spider-Man 3. Dave Franco on his little surfboard with his little mask and goggles. Or not surfboard, but snowboard. His flying snowboard. But
I just don't understand how Spider-Man 2 can be so awesome and then you follow it up with that.
Who knows?
I just never understood that. But I don't know.
Who would have thought, though, in 2021, you'd be sitting here going, man, when you watch the Venom movie and you watch Spider-Man 3, maybe Topher Grace wasn't that bad of an Eddie Brock.
He was more Eddie Brock than the Eddie Brock that I know. He was more Eddie Brock than Tom Hardy is.
Right.
Tom Hardy looks the part. But I think that's the biggest knock on Topher is that he's just a small dude. You know?
Well, I think everyone perpetually sees him as Eric Foreman.
Yeah. Which he's in this new show that my wife and I have been watching, Home Economics, that has me laughing my ass off. That's just a good show. I don't know. What is
I watched the first season of it, but I haven't gotten into the second one yet.
It's funny, right? It's kind of lighthearted. Like it's not.
It was okay for what it was.
It's not a hard watch. You know what I mean? Like it's something to pass the time. It's funny enough. Funny enough to get me to continue to watch it, but it's not groundbreaking.
I usually catch it on Hulu the day after. I don't watch it the day of. So,
us too. What's next?
We got Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 starts production. James Gunn shares a set photo of the cast. Look at Batista sitting there looking like he's straight out of like the early 2000s Chono. Like, look at him.
Yeah. Yeah. With the Crocs.
This looks like gonna be an album cover for a punk band like a Sum 41 style punk band in the
right.
Or
James Gunn looking all white-haired Gandalf-ish. Yeah. Like, dude, what I gotta say though is Will Poulter, that is not the dude from We Are the Millers. Like he's starting to look like a superhero, dude.
What'd you say? Jacked, right?
He's jacked. His jawline's chiseled.
I love the Crocs, right?
Dude, when did Crocs become like popular?
Bro. Crocs with socks.
I'm seeing all these Gen Z. Is Gen Z the one after millennials? Is it Gen Z? Gen Y?
Crocs were popular a few years back, but like they were just never like they've kind of just hung around. Like they never fully went away.
I can proudly say I've never owned nor worn a pair of Crocs.
Oh, I'm sure you have a pair of Crocs somewhere.
Oh, I fucking do not. Never.
I don't either. No. I don't have a pair of Crocs anywhere, and I don't plan on ever wearing socks with sandals. Just saying.
Um, I always thought of Crocs as like shoes for like nurses and stuff. Like I always saw like doctors and stuff wearing them. You ever see that in the hospital? Like they'd be wearing Crocs.
Mm-mm.
Oh yeah, I see it all
Ziggy
the time.
says, "I love them always." LOL. I'm crazy with footwear, unless I have to wear snowshoes. Right? Like Kyle, who wears sandals to everything. Doesn't matter what it is, he wears sandals.
And I know, so this may be old man Lance talking, but I fucking hate slides. I
Oh,
think they
here we go,
make your,
old man. I
I
love
think,
slides.
dude, I think they make your feet look so nasty. Especially like if they don't strap the buckle or whatever you call that tight enough or whatever, and the foot is coming out way further than the sandal, you look like a fucking idiot. I'm just saying, but whatever. Slides are like meant for like the locker room. That's in my opinion, but that may just be old man Lance. All
It
right, what's
is.
next? What's
It
next?
is old man Lance because I love my dude to slide, man.
Uh,
Mm-mm-mm.
nope.
I can just throw them on my feet and go. I don't have to worry about nothing.
Dude, I hate when I'm going to the store and I see some dude wearing slides with socks. And like gross socks too. Like they're white socks and you can tell he'd been walking around in the street in just his socks.
Yeah,
This is fucking nasty, dude.
but
But
I just
dude,
think,
I'm particular. Like I hate seeing people wearing jeans and sandals. I hate it.
yeah.
Like I think you look stupid. Sandals go with shorts. Like there's no other way around it.
Well, it kills me that the dude who, he's playing a character that's a very mighty being who helped take down Thanos in the comic books, who originally at one point wielded the Infinity Gauntlet, is the kid who had his fucking nuts bit by a spider in Word of the Millers.
Dude, that dude does not look like he got his nuts bit by a spider. I'm just saying that right
No.
there. That is a different kid. I just watched We Are the Millers. Anna and I were when we went to Colorado, and We Are the Millers was on the TV, and I started watching it. I forgot how funny that fucking movie was, but that was just a couple months ago. So that is the last memory I have of this kid.
So
But I'm excited, dude. He's looking the part, man.
Solo says, "Get off Lance's lawn with your fucking
Dude,
slides."
I
Damn it.
know. I know that I'm particular about these things, but every time I see Max wearing his jeans with sandals, I give him shit about it. Especially when you got fucking hobbit feet
Which
like
version
Max
of
does.
Max? Which version of Max? Car salesman Max or podcast Max?
Podcast Max. Car
So,
salesman Max wears nothing but loafers, dude.
rocking
Max,
the
I
penny
love you. You know,
loafers, huh?
I'm just giving you shit. But he'll tell you, dude. I've given him shit countless. We've been friends for over
You
13
guys are a
years
little bit
now.
more than friends.
Yeah, he's got to cool it with that shit, or people are going to start believing it.
You guys have been life partners. You guys have been life partners for several
Like
years.
I'm not a homophobe in the least, dude, but
Look at
there's
he's
a
so
point where it's
he's so in denial that he froze.
I'm frozen.
Look at him timing out. Oh man,
You're
what
frozen.
happened to you, Mac Lance? Look at how he froze too. It's like he froze like he's got a story, like like he's got like an evil fucking laugh. Did everything freeze? Oh, did I lose internet?
Yeah, can you see me now?
Even the YouTube's frozen. Uh-oh.
No, we're good.
I don't know what happened. We seem to have lost internet. That's weird. We're back up on YouTube, it looks like. Let's see if I can get Lance back in here. I don't know what happened, guys. Everything just crashed. Here's Lance back.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, Lance is disconnected again. I don't know what's going on. Are you there, Lance?
Saying my right.
I was fine the whole time.
There we go. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, dude, that was weird. My internet just crashed, and I saw yours did too.
Mm-hmm.
Do we both have Cox?
Yeah.
Yeah, mine just crashed. Like you were saying, I'm frozen. I'm looking at you, and I'm like, no, you're frozen. But I could still hear you. You couldn't hear me. So, yeah, dude, internet crashed like everywhere. I had to restart my modem.
I didn't restart my modem. It just came back, but it was weird.
That was fucking weird. But what were we talking about?
You're in Max's awkward, inappropriate relationship.
Yeah, dude, he's got to chill with that shit. People are gonna start believing it.
Oh, I believe it. I already started writing fan fictions about it.
Oh man.
What has cookies? Apparently I was fine the whole time.
I don't
That's
know.
weird.
But you just told me your internet crashed, so I don't know what the fuck Solo's talking about.
Now they have Cox. Oh, yeah, they do have Cox. Things are getting crazy.
I have Cox.
Yeah, my whole internet crashed. I don't know. I was like eating ice cream. I was trying to eat ice cream off screen because Aaron brought Dairy Queen home and she gave it to me on my podcast. So I'm like sitting here trying to eat it off screen and not in people's faces. And I'm like, oh, let me just shove it in my face.
Dude, so I forget who it was, but there was some dude that was he was eating while we had him on the show. It wasn't like one of our normal people. And he would turn off his camera to eat, but he wouldn't mute his microphone, so you could hear him like, you know what I mean? I'm like, dude, like I don't care to see you. I don't want to hear you eating.
That's funny because that's totally what I'm doing right now.
Well, I can't hear you.
Eating peanut butter parfait from Dairy Queen.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Podcasting, so.
Oh, we both hit show at the same time.
There's on internet somewhere a cactus jumped into a cable line, right?
Committed suicide. A cactus committed suicide on a cable line.
Our next topic tonight is Black Panther Wakanda Forever, supposedly revealing T'Challa and Nakia's son, which does not make a lick of sense to me.
They're grasping at straws here, dude.
Unless they're gonna bring in the character that was originally Aurora and T'Challa's son and change the mother of it. Yeah, it's only a rumor though. I don't know if that's gonna happen. Who knows when we'll find out?
Hence the question mark. The question mark.
Well,
solidifies that it's a rumor.
Hence, since this movie's been pushed back for injuries and vaccination status and all that craziness, who knows if we'll ever even see this movie?
You think it's gonna have like a time jump or something?
Maybe.
I just like. I totally get that they're between a rock and a hard place, right? With Chadwick and you know everything that happened. He's got to like die off screen and do all this other stuff, but why not just give it to Shuri for a while? Like,
well, I think they're going to. I think Shuri's going to get the mantle of Black Panther, but I think they want to bring in T'Challa's son to have that lasting legacy because we don't know for a fact they're going to kill off T'Challa in this movie. We don't know how they're going to handle that. So it could be, giving him a son and him passing on the legacy there is a good way to go about it, but it would be weird because it's originally Storm's son. I wouldn't be surprised if the supposed new character that's introduced is Storm. instead of their kid, but who
Yeah.
knows?
I don't know, man. It sucks, dude. I loved the first Black Panther movie.
Stick Boy wants
And
a recast. I would recast
they,
truthfully.
they'll never do it. They've come out and said that they won't do it.
Yeah.
They won't do it.
So Loboki says Black Panther's a done title. They're trying too hard to focus at this point. It's a done deal.
I don't believe that.
I think it is. I think after Wakanda Forever, it's probably done. So she might be a supporting character in other movies and moving forward. But I think your Wakanda Forever is going to be your last Black Panther title.
I don't know, man, because the Black Panther, just the franchise in general, is so empowering to that culture. You know what I mean? Like, I think they would find some way, maybe not with Shuri as the title role, but I don't know, man. They don't really have a lot of black characters I mean, maybe they could do something else, but I mean, Black Panther, the original one, was nominated for Best Picture, bro. Like, they're gonna find some way to continue it, I would think. But you may be right. I don't know. I just think it means so much to so many people.
But I think it loses its meaning now that he's gone, and it's going to be hard to.
I can't imagine anybody else. I can't imagine anybody else in the role. Can you?
I mean, yeah, I can see, but at this point, I just think that they're not going to recast it. I think they've invested so much in Chadwick Boseman and his passing and remembering his memory and honoring his memory that they're not going to recast it out of principle alone now. So you might as well just get used to the idea of Shuri taking the mantle and her showing up every now and then. I don't know if they're going to do another Black Panther movie past this. The way this movie's being talked about and the way this movie's being pitched, it just kind of feels like this is like the final definitive Black Panther story, and where they go on from here is they're just going to be a supporting character. So
I don't get Leftovers.
What?
His comment, Shuri, then Storm.
Yeah.
What does he mean?
That could be. I mean, that could be that they revealed that Storm and him had a relationship, and you see her there, and she's pregnant with his kid at the time. Like the final moment of the movie is her giving birth to him or something. But
that's why I wonder if there might be some sort of time jump.
Maybe.
Like all those things like kind of happen off camera, the Storm thing and like.
Okay, there you go. You froze again. So I was like, oh, are we crashing again? What the hell?
Really? Yeah, I don't know. Time jump or something. I don't know. I'm interested to see what they do.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell's going on.
It's Cox. They suck. But we'll have to wait and see whenever that movie gets back rolling in production again. Next, we get the Spider-Woman movie. It could potentially have crossover ties to the MCU. What did you see about this, Lance?
I think I saw this on comicbookmovie.com, which for the most part is pretty reputable. But that it's not just going to be like how Venom is, where it'll cross over into the MCU. You know what I mean? But this is going to be a firm MCU movie, much like Spider-Man is.
Why though? That doesn't make any sense. If they're trying to build their own Spider-Man universe, why would you have this be part of the MCU?
Because the Spider-Man movies perform better than the Venom movies.
Yeah, but
part of the MCU. Don't you think that Venom would have performed much better if it was part of the MCU and Kevin Feige was involved? And that's not to say Venom performed poorly.
If they did it the same way, no. If they did it with Spider-Man, yes.
Right. So
I guess it just depends on how, because I mean, her backstory with Hydra and all that is very much MCU dependent. So I guess to even kind of tell her origin, you kind of need Hydra. So they would have to probably make that deal with Marvel to be able to use Hydra and all that. So who knows?
Yeah. I'm trying to find that article. I put a link in there. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw it.
Was it comic book movie?
I'm
I'm freezing again.
Stick Boy says she's got huge spider glands.
I'm not familiar with Spider-Woman at all.
Spider-Woman though was a key in the scroll stuff. She was too. So she was a key in the scroll stuff as well. So who knows? Maybe that could be why she's gonna go MCU, or they're gonna make that deal again. But I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see. Right now, take that with a massive pinch of salt. But
yeah. And speaking of Olivia Wilde, she's directing this, right?
Yes, she is. So
I do concur. What's next?
Got season 2 of Squid Games has been confirmed, and if you have not watched Squid Games yet, you're doing yourself a disservice. Not only
this guy right here,
the fact that the dub is amazing and makes this show that much more amazing.
I haven't watched it.
You haven't watched Squid Games yet?
I really should.
Dude, you're sitting here telling me, watch Made. It's the best show on TV. Best show ever written. Best show, blah, 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 blah. Look, I'll be honest. Like I said last week, we watched it. We finished it. It was good. But in a time where you've got shows like Ted Lasso and all these other brilliantly written, amazing TV shows, that show does not stack up. And it's based off a book.
No, it's a memoir.
It's not. It doesn't. The best thing about that show is it depicts the struggles of a single mother very well, very accurately. It depicts the system accurately. It depicts abuse, all forms of abuse accurately. But I'm going to say it was good. I wouldn't say it's the best written show on TV. And especially when you have things like this, the Squid Games or Ted Lasso or some of these other stuff out here. But I'm super all for season 2 of Squid Games. I think you should watch it. I think you would really like Squid
I'll watch
Games.
it. I'm going to watch it. It's just there's so many, I'm still trying to get through the Guardians of the Galaxy game. There's so many things that I'm doing and this one requires much more concentration because I have to read the subtitles, right?
Listen to it dubbed. Don't read the subs. Watch it dubbed in English.
That's an option?
Yes. It is.
I didn't fucking know that.
It's like watching an old Japanese film where the words don't match the mouth, but the dub is so terrible that it's good, and it makes this show 10 times better watching it dubbed. I was like, I'll take the dub over the sub any day. Yes, it's available dubbed. So that's what he said. I would have thought it would, he said Squid Games was a good show. Who would have thought I would read subtitles? You don't have to. You can listen to it dubbed in English. It's so much better. So there you go. Squid Game season 2.
I didn't know that.
Super looking forward to it.
I will watch it quickly then.
You should.
I see that you removed a slide that I put in there.
Good job. What did I remove?
No, because we're going to talk about it. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Are we getting into comics or Disney right now?
We're into our comics next.
Okay. Well, I'll reveal what slide I'm talking about when we get to the Disney portion.
So Logan says, "Welcome to 2021 technology, Lance." Right?
No, dude, I know that dubbing exists. I mean, that's how I had to suffer through My Hero Academia, was through dubbing.
Dubbing.
I know that it exists. It's just, Parasite wasn't available that way. We had to read subtitles, so I had to really, I couldn't look at my phone and watch the show at the same time.
But I
just didn't know Netflix offered that.
That was also a movie, not a Netflix show.
I understand. You understand what I'm saying.
I get
the only thing I could compare it to.
All right, we're gonna move into my top 5 comics of the week. These are the top 5 comics of the books I picked up this week that I liked a lot.
Top 5. Fuck you, read them.
I would recommend to people. Ziggy says the dubbing does sound funny in it. LOL. It is, and they're just like their reactions don't fit, and just like it's so much better watching it dubbed. Number 5 for me this week is regarding the matter of Oswald's body. If you like how something's killing the children, all those books are on that, like I can't remember the one that just House of Slaughter. If you like those kind of like mystery books, horror mystery suspense books, regarding the matter of Oswald's body is a book right up your alley. Whereas Lee Harvey Oswald's body, the Kennedy assassination is a rat's nest of conspiracy theories, mafia involvement, and the second gunman government cover-up. But the most important chapter of this sordid tale may just be the theory that the other body buried at Oswald's Rose Hill gravesite is not actually Lee Harvey Oswald himself. It was it was a fun read. This goes back to Jack. If you haven't watched our interview with Jack O'Halloran on the channel, go check that out because he talks a lot about his family's supposed involvement in the Kennedy assassination. And
dude, that guy was so interesting because we interviewed him on Couch Crunchers too, and dude, he was so interesting. I love that dude.
Yeah. So, but it was a fun read. It revolves around 3 different people, and I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Like one dude's a bank robber from Wisconsin who moves to become Texas to become a bank robber and robs a bank for like $87.95, and he's trying to make it like a huge splash, and he's asking the people at the front desk if they heard about a bank robbery, and nobody really cares. And they're trying to recruit people to do the Kennedy assassination. So it's super interesting read. Like I said, if you're into something that's killing the children, Ice Cream Man, House of Slaughter, any of the Hill books, I would definitely say check this one out. Number 4, Robin and Batman. So this isn't your normal.
For a second.
Yeah, this isn't your normal Batman and Robin story. This is the story of a young Dick Grayson, newly orphaned, struggling to find his way in a strange, difficult, dark new world. This is a story of Robin and Batman, not Batman and Robin, because it's all from Dick Grayson's point of view. It's one of 3. The art in it is really good. It was a fun read. It was a different read, even though it is very much reminiscent of Jason Todd stuff and the Damian Wayne stuff. It's interesting to kind of see the beginning years of Dick Grayson being Robin from his point of view. So definitely say check that out. Number 4. Number 3 was Venom. A great start to a new Venom series after we're getting the Al Ewing took over for Don and Cates. We've got a new Venom. It's not Eddie Brock anymore. Eddie Brock is now the King of Black. He's the symbiote god. And Venom is now Dylan Brock, his son. So it's an awesome new Venom series with great art. I can't wait to see where the story goes next. It was a good jumping on point. It was a good issue 1. I'm excited for issue 2. I just hope that it does justice to all of the stuff that Cates set up the groundwork for. So
I can't see on the screen who wrote it.
Al Ewing is writing it.
Interesting.
So yes, there is a new big baddie in it.
Awesome.
Too. So
that artwork looks fucking awesome.
Stick point. Oh no, Garjira. But yes, there is a new big baddie in it too. So I'm interested to see where it goes.
One that we recognize or brand new?
New. Issue 2 this week was The Amazing Spider-Man 78. Now back by Beyond Corporation, Spider-Man is for a slew of dangerous missions. After being brutally taken down by Morbius, Spider-Man will fall into a trap by one of his deadliest foes in his legendary rogues gallery, Kraven the Hunter. The Hunter is going to test his prey like never before, and Spider-Man is set into a hallucinatory spiral that will test his sanity and force him to do the impossible. So in this issue, Kraven's kind of like the very end teaser that he's coming, but Ben Reilly has a big fight with Morbius, and Morbius pretty much pushes him to his limits until Reilly goes back to the Beyond Corporation, and he's trying to escape Morbius, and they shoot him with this like giant protection laser that's around the corporation and it dismembers Morbius pretty well. And then you have Monica Rambeau and God, what's the name of the chick from Luke Cage with a metal arm? I can't think of her name.
Oh, the cop.
Yeah, you have her and Silver Sable all hunting Morbius. So it's a good read. It's interesting to see Ben Reilly back in the spider suit, and he's just automatically his first test against one of Spider-Man's most notorious foes in Morbius, and he pretty much almost gets beaten to death. So if it wasn't for his suit having all these abilities and being able to like cotter his wounds and stop bleeding in and stuff, he pretty much would have
died.
Yeah. And
D-E-D,
Peter Parker,
dead.
Our everybody's favorite Spider-Man, Peter Parker, is in the coma still during this. And there's an interesting little moment. Lovers quarrel with Black Cat, who shows up to try and get him to wake up, and Mary Jane catches them together. So it's an interesting little lovers quarrel there. My number one book was a book that surprised the shit out of me this week. And that is The Thing #1. A lonely evening and a chance encounter sends Ben Grimm embarking on a sojourn that will have him encountering and battling figures both old and new. Dude, it's like this whole issue was so interesting. Like, he comes back from a fishing trip. He's got this girlfriend that he's engaged to, and he catches her with another man, and she's like, oh, this is my so-and-so friend. He runs an art gallery, and Thing kind of doesn't take kindly to that. And so the dude pepper sprays Thing, and he can't see. So he bashes in a car, and then he gets arrested, and he ends up in jail with Hercules, and he gets bailed out by Mr. Fantastic. And it's like, and he gets like almost like Herd, where he ends up in like this like fairy comes out of this envelope and says that she's here to grant him any wish he wants to help him find love. And he does it over this internet thing, and then he meets this woman on it, and he goes to meet her in person, and she gets attacked by her evil big bad boss boyfriend at the very final page. So I was super taken back by this book because I picked it up on a wing just because I liked the cover I picked up, and I was like, all right, I'll check it out. It's #1, whatever. But I was super intrigued. The art felt very Matt Fraction Hawkeye to me. It was good. It was good art in it. I was super stoked by the story. I'm definitely here for issue 2. I hope it can keep it up, but it was definitely a sleeper surprise this week.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like a title that most would like. The Thing without the Fantastic Four doesn't seem that intriguing.
Right, and it's weird that it's a Thing story with the Fantastic Four being supporting characters, but like it works. It was almost like if you take the movie, it felt very much like if you took the movie Her and added the Thing to it instead of Joaquin Phoenix's character.
Interesting.
So I would definitely say if you're looking for something new and unique to read that's superhero related, definitely check out Thing #1. It was an actual very good read, and it took me by surprise. But yeah, and as always, remember to support your local comic store, local comic shop, especially the holiday season coming up. Go out there and get that geek in your life, a geeky gift from your local LCS. So, all right, now we're going to get into Disneyplusday stuff. We were talking about earlier.
Which I'm super pissed about because I put what's his face from Rogue One in there, and I didn't see any.
Oh, Andor.
Yeah, I didn't see any Andor news. Did you?
Nope. That, like I said, the only Star Wars stuff I saw
was Obi.
Was Obi. Yeah, because we already know Book of Boba Fett's coming. We already got that. Obi actually leaked. The Obi-Wan stuff actually leaked yesterday during the. I guess they showed it yesterday at the investors conference. So you got to see that ahead of time. There was nothing. I expected to see some sort of announcement for Ahsoka, some sort of announcement for Endor. That was some sort of announcement for Mandalorian season 3. That kind of leads me to believe that there might not be much in the way of Star Wars coming in 2022, 2023 from Disney Plus. Well, 2022 anyways, but for Disney Plus. Because
I was shocked. Like I went on Disney Plus because they had the Marvel Disneyplusday special thing that you could watch. And it wasn't at all like it was last year where it was actually like a bunch of people. It was almost like an Apple event. Tim Cook comes out and what's up, Kyle? Tim Cook comes out. It's like, hey, look at these new products. Like Kevin Feige was coming out teasing all this Marvel stuff, right? I didn't see any of that. So I thought it was going to be like an all day thing, like much like Comic-Con is, right? But no, pretty much we got to see both Moon Knight and She-Hulk's backside.
Until it went to like almost noon and then it stopped. But like Pixar, we only got a couple. We had the announcement of a Cars TV show from Pixar.
Who the fuck cares about Cars?
We got a short that's already on Disney Plus from Luca. You got some Baymax stuff. Chippendale
Which
Rescue.
we already knew. We already knew about Baymax, and we already knew about Chippendale.
Well, not about the Chippendale Rescue Rangers. And if you watch the trailer, the teaser for Chippendale Rescue Rangers that has Andy Samberg in it, there's a script on the desk when they zoom into the miniature Chippendale script that says Darkwing Duck pitch 2022.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yep. It's right behind the Rescue Rangers miniature script.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Nope. So there's speculation that there's Darkwing Duck stuff coming.
So I hope. So I was all here for the DuckTales reboot. Did you watch any of that?
I watched a couple episodes that had Darkwing Duck in it.
So I wasn't really a fan of the art style, like where they had kind of like big round heads. You know what I'm talking about? Like it was a little different than the original ones. And Darkwing Duck looked a little.
That's right,
goofy.
Stick Boy. Let's get dangerous.
Darkwing Duck looked a little goofy in that. I hope they make it a little bit more, because if you remember, the old show was like very much like kind of in a dark setting, and like it was like Gargoyles light. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I hope they don't go slapsticky, like kind of like DuckTales was.
I still watch the old. That's one thing I love about Disney Plus, that I can watch the old Darkwing Duck cartoon.
Oh fuck yeah! I watch old Goof Troop. I watch Tailspin, Darkwing Duck, the old DuckTales. What else? The old Chippendale Rescue Rangers. What's the other one I watch? But they talked about Chippendale last year at Disneyplusday, and we knew who was cast, but we hadn't seen any of it. They didn't show us anything.
I don't remember the Chippendale Rescue Rangers stuff.
Because is John Mulaney in this?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Andy Samberg and John Mulaney, right?
Mm-hmm. Or Chippendale.
Yeah. So they announced that they were cast last year at Disneyplusday, but it was only a logo. It was only a logo, and it said these two people were attached to it. But we hadn't seen any of. Did they actually show like character design and stuff?
No. It was just those two together pitching it, and then they showed like the script, and it's like this little tiny script, and on the desk behind it, it's Darkwing Duck. It says Darkwing Duck production pitch 2022.
Fuck, dude, I hope that happens. I want a new Goof Troop. Goof Troop was always my jam, dude. I loved fucking Goof Troop.
They're not bringing Powerline back. I don't care. But
that's a goofy movie. That's different than Goof Troop.
Yeah, no, it's the same. 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 But yeah, there really wasn't a whole lot. Like, we got the announcement for High School Musical, the musical season or season 3. We got the announcement for the Sneakerella, which is like an alternate take on Cinderella with a kid in sneakers. There wasn't a whole lot, like I said, to really drive you to want to subscribe, to really drive you to sub to Disney Plus.
The biggest news is that one. That's the slide I was talking about that you took off, the X-Men slide.
Oh no, it was. I never even saw one.
Oh yeah, it's there.
No, I didn't touch it. I don't know.
Well,
I just put this together after they announced it.
But we knew about everything on this, except Agatha is confirmed now, right?
That's not true, because we didn't know what was going to get a season 2. We didn't know that Marvel Zombies was going to be its own standalone animated show.
Which they showed a snippet, it was like a 1 second thing, and it looks to be the same exact animation style as What If.
Probably.
Which I don't
Agatha
understand why
House
they're
of Harkness, we kind of knew about. Miss Marvel, we knew about, but we didn't know that they were going to change her power set. And because now it looks like instead of her being able to grow and enlarge her extremities, she's going to be able to do that via like essence almost, or force, or
Yeah.
yeah,
Why do
it's
you
not
think
going
that is? Is it because it was too much like Mr. Fantastic?
to. It could be that, or it could be that they're trying to keep the Miss Marvel's power sets somewhat
Similar?
similar, or they're trying to cut down on CGI costs, and it would cost more to try and extend her extremities than it would to make it look like it was being done through like force or astral projection or whatever.
Well, and her suit looked just like Captain Marvel's.
Right, that's not her actual suit. That's like a much like Miles. It's more like a um Halloween costume, or like her
Okay.
maid suit. Her actual suit is more comic book accurate to Camilla Khan's, because they've already shown photos, set leaks
Oh,
of
have they?
her in her actual suit. Yeah. And then this is the interesting one that nobody knew: Spider-Man freshman year, a new animated series
Which it
from
showed
Disney
it like
Plus.
the paper tore back and it showed I wonder if that's what the animation's gonna look like. Very,
I hope so, because it
Diary of
looks,
a Wimpy Kid type stuff.
well, it looked very much like he does in his first appearance in Amazing Fantasy 15.
Yeah.
It's very like old-timey art.
Like
Um,
thin pencil lines and
yeah.
like
And then of course
yeah.
we got our first look at She-Hulk, which was basically her like ad for her law
Derriere.
form. Yeah, we got to see her in the green and her derriere and her comic book accurate suit and a dress. And as a kid, we got to see Mark Ruffalo's Banner Hulk again, with his arms still in the sling from Thanos. We got a little bit of Moon Knight, which was, you got to see Oscar Isaac doing his thing, and then just kind of him jumping across the rooftops in the sky. Not a whole lot there. We got another more in-depth look at Hawkeye.
Which that was cool, that one shot scene in the
Yeah.
car.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like that. I'm like, hey,
Um,
if they're kind of going that shooting style, like that's what made Daredevil so cool. You remember all the one
yeah.
shots?
So we got to look at that. We're getting a new I Am Groot series. There wasn't much about that. We got Ironheart. All we got on Ironheart was just the title. The title card. We didn't get any images. Nothing. We got a Secret Invasion image of a eye patched Nick Fury.
Yep.
But the biggest one, and the news kind of leaked that you guys talked about last week, and it was confirmed: X-Men 97, a continuation of the original X-Men the animated series coming to Disney Plus, but not until 2023,
With all the voice actors,
with all the original voice actors. Yep. So
which I am
there's going to
here
be,
for.
makes me think that, I think that they're holding a lot back for D23, because D23 is only a couple weeks away. I think that they're holding all of your Star Wars information for D23. I think they're holding, I know they're holding a lot of Marvel movies, because there's still a couple unannounced Marvel movies. I think they're going to get those announced at D23. I wouldn't be surprised if this is actually your foray into the X-Men under the Disney branding, Marvel Studios branding. So we'll see how quickly we get mutants.
I wonder if they're gonna treat it kind of like a alternate reality
Yeah,
type
like
thing.
Stickwood
Like if
just
it's
said,
gonna tie in the whole story.
the only one not returning is the guy who did Juggernaut as he passed away.
I didn't know that.
T's and P's. T's and P's to his family.
I just dude, I just my favorite part of that show is Gambit. I fucking loved Gambit.
Yeah.
That show. Like that to me, like the way Gambit and X-Men from the 90s is my perfect version of Gambit.
But put your sad picture frame down, Wolverine, because you're back,
Coming
baby.
back. It's
You're
coming
back.
back.
And then we got the first look at Echo. Echo is going to be a character that I believe is going to get introduced in Hawkeye. She's a deaf character. She's got a big thing going on right now in Marvel Comics where she's the new Phoenix, and that's kind of what this title card looks like. It's referencing is that she's going to get that Phoenix power. I'm just saying that by the way it looks, but it kind of like looks like a rising sun, or something rising out of the dirt. So we'll see where that goes. But right now, as far as Disneyplusday goes, this was your slate of Marvel stuff announced. A lot of it's stuff that was already announced. Echo is originally from Daredevil, yes, but she's being introduced into the MCU via Hawkeye.
Yeah, because it in the Hawkeye teaser, like we find out for sure that Jeremy Renner loses his hearing.
He's going, he's losing his hearing because he says he can't hear Kate Bishop.
Yeah.
So, good stuff coming. A lot of it coming next year. A lot of it coming 2023. But the biggest pop seems to be for X-Men 97. I'm actually here. I'm here for everything except Marvel Zombies and What If Season 2 because they were, in my opinion, done so poorly the first time around. I don't really want more.
I just hate that art style, dude. Like, I don't understand. I don't know. Dude, we didn't talk about this. The Spider-Man freshman year is a prequel to Homecoming. So
was that
it's
confirmed?
Tom Holland. I'm reading it right here. Today is Disneyplusday, a special event, which written by executive producer Jeff Trammell. Spider-Man freshman year follows Peter Parker on his way to becoming Spider-Man in the MCU with a journey unlike anything we've ever seen.
So it probably means we're gonna get the Uncle Ben stuff that we never got in this animated series versus in the MCU.
So it's full on tied in.
But last I heard, I don't think they haven't announced that Tom Holland's going to be voicing.
Oh, that I don't know. It doesn't say anything like that.
If they don't get Tom Holland to voice it, I would be okay if they got the kid who did his voice in What If, because it was pretty darn close.
I just hope it's a different animation style. I really hope it's like that image that they tease at the end. But if you notice, like, so Marvel has had a lot of animated series come out, right? I mean, we see stuff on Disney XD and all these Spider-Man shows and Amazing Friends. Yeah. None of them have the Marvel Studios banner. These all have the Marvel Studios banner, which leads me to believe that these are all tied into the actual MCU.
Well, they are,
including X-Men 97.
I don't know about that one, but I know they've already confirmed that all of the, it's got to be, because they've already said all of the Marvel Studios Disney Plus stuff is going to tie in to the MCU, the overall arcing MCU. And they said What If is included in that. So I wouldn't be surprised if X-Men 97 is included in that. I wouldn't be surprised if this is that's a great way to introduce you to the mutants versus having to go back and introduce you to the mutants. So they could introduce you to the mutants and just give you a live action team. And you're like, sweet, let's go. Versus having to explain it all over again, from their origins and all that. They can just give it to you and go, like kind of like what they did with Spider-Man, that Homecoming. They were like, we're not going to give you his backstory again.
We beat you to death with this.
Yeah, we're going to give you a Peter Parker who's already been doing Spider-Man stuff for a short period of time, and we're moving on. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's kind of like what they do with the X-Men.
Which means potentially when we do get Wolverine and all this stuff, like we're going to get the traditional yellow and blue
I don't know about that. There just seems to be a trope with them trying to, they've yet to really give anyone a traditional suit in the MCU other than maybe Iron Man, and they tried it with Cap, but there's always changes to it. So I don't know.
Yeah, but it could be that yellow. Like it's not going to be like Hugh Jackman in a black suit.
I think we've got a better chance of getting the brown Wolverine suit than you do the bright yellow blue spandex.
I don't think it's spandex, but I was thinking that too. It could be from like before the yellow came out to
I
that
think
brown,
you'll get the
orangey.
brown, yeah. But
But I'm interested. I mean, Agatha, I would say that that's the one that of all the live action stuff, like that's the one we got. We knew all this other stuff was coming out, right? But Agatha was kind of like teased, like we didn't
yeah.
know. I'm
Yeah,
interested to
Doctor
see
Strange.
what
You're
they're
right,
gonna
Stick Boy.
do.
Doctor Strange is traditional. Scarlet Witch was sort of traditional after WandaVision, after
Spider-Man,
they gave her the crown, and Spider-Man was still a little. I only give it because it's not the traditional blue and red suit like we know. It was, it was designed differently. It looked similar, but it had the different design gloves. It's not your straight traditional comic book accurate
but
Spider-Man
it's the
costume.
first time we actually got the
But
webbing in the underarms.
yeah, it's close enough. But like I said, I just don't see them ever putting Wolverine in the yellow and blues. I could say we could get the brown suit, but I just don't ever see the yellow and blues.
Hmm.
Unless it's like a jacket or something that he wears. Like where he
We
could wear like the yellow jacket with the blue shoulder pads or something, but
we almost got it in Hugh Jackman's second solo movie,
yeah, I've seen those pictures too.
which would have been fucking awesome.
That is true. I will give you that, Stick Boy. To be fair, they never called her Scarlet Witch, only Wanda until she got the crown. Yes. And even the crown, it looks better. See, I think they did a better job with the MCU version of her crown in the comic books because it doesn't look like she's wearing a massive helmet that takes up her entire face and head. But
Well, and her suit is showing is a bit less skin bearing
yeah,
than I remember from her traditional suit.
but we'll see. We'll see if who knows how they're gonna do the X-Men, and we'll see if we get that comic accurate blue and yellow suit. I would be surprised, but I'd be for it. I'm all for it, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
Well, I don't think Marvel's a dummy, right? Out of all the stuff here, we want mutants. Give us fucking mutants now, right? Like that's what all Marvel fans, mutants, right? Like everything else is cool,
But
but give us mutants.
they want to give time for you to wash that bad taste of all of the Fox movies out of your mouth before
And what better
they
way
give
to
it to
do
you.
that than to take put Oscar Isaac in a, in a new Marvel property?
Yeah. Stick Boy says the question I still have from WandaVision is if she got her power from the scepter, does Quicksilver get his the same way? Yeah, that was I thought that was the
I
whole
think it
thing in
teases that,
Avengers. It was like the Tesseract. They gave her their powers via the Tesseract, but who knows now? It kind of feels like a retcon a little bit.
but the show makes it seem like that she always had those powers because she stops the bomb from going off, and then the experiments that Hydra did kind of expand on those powers, right? Make them
Yeah.
stronger.
Yeah, that's true. Or you mean the missile when
The missile,
yeah.
the Stark missile, where they're trapped under the couch or whatever. It
Yeah.
kind of it does seem like a retcon because before it was they were normal people, they lost their family, and then Hydra gave them powers. But now it seems like she may in fact be a mutant
Yeah.
that just had her powers expanded on,
We'll have to
which
see.
could open the door for Magneto being her father.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
And Evan Peters, I'm told, will not be returning in Agatha. I read that somewhere.
As Quicksilver
Mm-hmm.
or as Boner. What the fuck was it? Frank Boner or whatever the hell's name is.
Frank
Richard
Boner or
Boner.
something.
Dick
Yeah.
Boner or whatever the hell's name is. But
I don't know. I felt like last year's Disneyplusday was like, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit. Was anything in here like, holy shit?
no, not at all. It was all, like I said, it was all pretty much expected. I don't think they announced anything that was like, holy shit,
But did any of us see Blade coming when they announced it before Disneyplusday? I mean, I
No.
felt like that was the one that was like, oh my gosh, like, or Fantastic Four, like to get like a title card that quickly.
Yeah, but
There was no like groundbreaking.
I think we're gonna get most of the big like holy shit stuff at Disney at the D23.
I hope so. Which leads me to think like, why the hell did they do this if D23 is only a couple weeks away?
Because they're separate. D23 is going to be your more movies, and big production stuff, where this is strictly Disney Plus content.
Yeah.
So who knows?
Who knows? But that's kind of cool that Freshman Year is going to be a prequel series. I wonder if they might retcon some things in that. What do you think?
I'm not sure. We'll see. I don't know. It's hard to say what Marvel is and is not going to retcon anymore. You know,
At least we're all forgiving fans. We're like, hey, you didn't have access to half of these characters a couple years ago.
Because now they're like, there's so many years in, and they're like, oh shit. Well, we didn't see us doing this before, so now we got to write our way out of it. Stick Boy says the whole Frank Boner seemed to be a missed opportunity to get mutants or to introduce the multiverse. Agatha, having never met her brother, could only find one from a parallel universe. Yeah, I get you, Stick Boy.
Which could still be something. Like, I don't think you don't get that guy to play Quicksilver if he's not Quicksilver. Like, I almost wonder if him revealing like, hey, I'm Frank Boner, if that in and of itself is the spell.
I don't know.
I hope they bring him back. I sure as hell loved Evan Peters as Quicksilver way more than I liked Aaron Taylor Johnson, who apparently is going to be our Kraven the Hunter, which I don't like that either.
Yeah, that's an odd casting for sure.
Yep,
an odd duckling for sure. But that's it. That was it. That's the end of the show. That's all the Disney Plus stuff. I don't want to say you Franks and beans, right? Got anything else you want to cover this week, Lance?
No, except come check us out next week. We're going to talk Ghostbusters, and Max will be back. Yep. Hopefully, he'll have seen Ghostbusters. Ooh, I do want to show you something I picked up that I'm quite proud of.
Uh-oh.
Blacklight Thor.
You finally got a blacklight one, huh?
Oh, I have all the blacklight ones. They're on my shelf here. Yeah, I got this one. I picked up these three over the weekend. I got Black Suit Spiderman back there and Zombie Captain America.
Nice.
And to add to my other zombies up there, I got all the zombies up there.
Ooh, look at this guy.
Yeah. But I was pretty stoked about this one. So, dude, fucking GameStop. I ordered this back in like February or something like that. I ordered one. They sent me two.
Nice.
Called them. I said, hey, you sent me two. And they said, keep it. So then I took it and I traded it for this guy. This guy's worth probably about $30-$40, something like that. He's not worth a whole lot. The Blacklight Hulk, which I traded the second one I got this for, the Blacklight Hulk, is currently going for $120.
Nice.
Yeah,
Shade with someone online or something.
A buddy of mine, he got an extra one in like a contest, and he just traded me. So it's not, he knew what he was giving me. It wasn't like I cheated him. Yeah. But pretty good come up if you don't ask me, dude. Like, I'm pretty stoked with myself.
There you go. That's what it's all about, man.
But I think I'm gonna do that every week. Just show like a new Funko I got, because they come in by the truckload.
Nice.
But yeah, that's all I got. Ghostbusters. That's all I can think about right now.
Well, that's gonna do it for this week's show. I want to thank everyone for checking us out. The chat is always on fire. Comics Stick Boy, Comics for Fun Stick Boy, Leftover Zaggy, Kyle, Solo. Just everyone for checking out the chat tonight. We appreciate it as always. If you're listening to this playback or this is your first time finding this, make sure that like and subscribe button. Subscribe to us on all of our social medias, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all the Instas. You can find us there. You can check out our website for all the most up-to-date information. Stickboy says Funko Pops multiply like rabbits.
Yup. I want to say I bought my first Funko 4 or 5 years ago. I'm currently up to 800.
Jesus Christ. Fuck's
Hey,
sake.
dude, it's the same thing with you and your comics, dude.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Same thing. Like, dude, it's although I bought that TV and my wife says no more Funkos for a while, which
Womp womp womp.
I already
womp.
broke that. Like, I had the TV less than 12 hours and I bought a Funko Pop and forgot that I ever told her I wouldn't for a while.
Plausible deniability. But again, so yeah, make sure to hit the subscribe button if you're listening to this back on Monday. Why not come check us out on Friday so you get to find out all the information we're talking about. But if not, we appreciate you for listening and downloading. Make sure to leave a review if you like the format of the show. Let us know what we're doing, good, bad, indifferent. Just
tell me how much I suck.
What's up.
Tell me how much I suck.
Come join the community. We're a good little community. We appreciate everyone who messaged us, telling us good show, and saying what they like about the show. It's great stuff. So that's gonna do it for this week's episode. Anything else you got to say before we can leave, Lance?
Nope. Peace out.
All right.
Take care of yourself. See you next week.
For this week's episode of the Absolute Geek Podcast, I'm Matt.
I am Lance.
And we'll see you guys next time.
All you freaks and geeks,
come all you freaks and geeks, let's listen to Absolute Geek.
Absolute Geek.
We'll go ahead and spread our cheeks,
Spread the cheese.
and drink
And
some
over for
Cosby wine.
We'll
Come
drink
on,
some
Absolute
Cosby wine. It makes me feel real fine. See you next time on the